Greeks are anxiously waiting to hear if the proposed tough new austerity measures will be implemented, with a parliament vote expected later today. Deeper cuts to pensions and tax hikes are expected, which not-for-profit charity Emfasis believes will lead to more people living on the streets of Athens.
Certainly will. Co-founder of that group, Maria Cara, established Emfasis 2 years ago and says in the last 3 months she's seen a 40% rise of homelessness in the capital. Tell us more. She joins us now via webcam from the outskirts of Athens. Thank you very much for joining us today. Is this predominantly a city-based problem?
Actually, the city bears the weight of the crisis that has affected the whole country, because people in trouble, people who face catastrophic conditions, naturally they would at some stage in their life prefer to hide in the anonymity of a big city.
Which groups are most at risk at the moment? Are we talking about elderly in terms of pensions, young people, or is there a broad range of age groups affected? Emfasis Foundation works on the street, does the street work, field work, and of course when we work in such conditions we do come across with every vulnerable group that exists. However, I need to emphasize on the fact that in the last 3 to 4 months we have seen a drastic increase of male homeless or rough sleepers, as we call them, that belong in the most productive age, and that means that they are between the ages of 31 to 45. And that is very worrisome, because before that, as you mentioned before, Kumi, it was more the elderly or the people who were mostly affected by the pension cuts. But we do see a very worrisome trend that even males that are in their most productive age face such unemployment that are unfortunately driven to homelessness.
Maria Cara, in what way are you able to help these previous breadwinners in families?
This is a very good and very tough question. We have decided as an organization to start from the basics. We have become the grief absorbers of a society that is decimated into a crumbling social system with years and years of economic abyss. They have been driven to the extreme. We wanted to carry the voice of these people. So what we do first is we listen to the personal story. We make sure that they understand and they feel they are not alone. They are not alienated. They are not forgotten. And once we build a relationship of trust, then we try to consult and counsel each one of them and make an individualized plan of what specific steps to take in order to mobilize themselves and improve their situation. We do not want to drive them to another institutionalization. We do not want them to continue to lose their dignity and be dependent on some social structure. We want them to face the reality. We want to hold their hands in this process, and we want them to become empowered and independent as much as this can be feasible in these circumstances.
Maria, of course, it looks like your country will be facing even more austerity measures in the coming months and potentially years. When you look through your crystal ball, look into the future, look 6-12 months down the line, what are your major concerns?
Kumi, I wish I would be a bit more optimistic. However, I firmly believe that we are just seeing now the tip of the iceberg, because we need to keep in mind that when something very bad happens in our lives, there is a certain journey and a certain period of time that has to cross in order for us to find ourselves at the bottom. So we do see all these big numbers now on the street, but we do feel that in the few coming months or years ahead of us, we will see people that have suffered in the past, that have not yet reached homelessness, that are bound to also be seen on the streets. So we do... Sorry, yes.
No, Maria, I'm sorry to interrupt. Just very briefly, if you would, we're running out of time, but are you finding that Greek expats, like the huge numbers that are in Australia, are they giving it all to the appeal, to the aid that you're trying to help there in Greece itself?
I feel, and I have experienced as a foundation, that the Greek diaspora does take a very emotional and very helpful approach
to what is happening to their native country. I do feel that the Greek diaspora will play a significant role in facing the immediate needs, but it is Greece itself, the social sector, the government, and all the organizations that they need to look for long-term solutions and long-term policies that will help this catastrophic situation.
Maria Caro, the co-founder of Emfasis, we so appreciate your time and also using those photos we've been using this afternoon over your interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having us. Thank you.